Self-esteem. Self-esteem is defined as the self-evaluation of our identity and its value in relation to others. In psychology, low self-esteem is behind most psychological and emotional problems, and an exaggerated self-esteem opens the door to narcissism, etc. Regardless of the multiple origins of the low self-esteem which negatively affects most people, making them feel inferior to others, think that they're worthless, incapable of doing things well, making them hate their physical appearance, there is a common denominator: misadaptation to oneself and to the environment. That is to say, society has determined/invented values and lifestyle, standards of physical appearance, fashion, emphasizing career and social success, and defining the ideal partners to be happy. As a consequence, the people who, from a very young age, do not meet the accepted standards feel bad, marginalized, and in their attempts to adapt, looking at themselves in the eyes of others, their low self-esteem grows, which generates feelings of aggression towards themselves, sadness, unhappiness, anxiety, envy, depression, fear of the future, fear of loneliness, and even suicide. Moreover, behind society are the interests of a growing minority, and behind the longed-for social recognition hides the purchase of goods and services. People become slaves to the loop of consumerism in order to be accepted and happy. And now we can see the planetary consequences of that system. The educational and social system fosters divisions and senseless competitiveness. Today, we can see the humanitarian and planetary imbalance where society's precious values have taken us. Every person who practices intensive sport every day in an obsessive way. Every person who works hours and hours without rest in order to delay getting back home. Every person who smokes, takes drugs, drinks alcohol, takes anxiolytics, etc., tries to escape from themselves by calming their agitated mind. I am saying that society as a whole is sick, unbalanced to a greater or lesser extent. Very few people can enjoy a solitary and calm walk without being tormented by 1,000 thoughts, doubts, and fears. The result of which is that people have the need to gather in like-minded groups to avoid being with themselves. The mass has a self-esteem that fluctuates, goes up or down, just as the stock market does, depending on the number of applauses, recognitions, and likes received. People have an imperious need to be recognized and loved, no matter the price. Camouflaged and unconscious hypocrisy walks the streets of humanity. Work helps to cover the basic necessities of life: water, food, house, home, company, children. Recognition keeps lost and fearful minds happy. The person that society has forced to be alone with themselves for not being accepted suffers from low self-esteem. The person, quote-unquote, accepted by society moves in groups for fear of being alone. The one who is accepted today will fight endlessly to remain accepted tomorrow. There is no peace, no truce, no tranquility. Youth is valued, and maturity, old age, is scorned. There we have the endless struggle, as the battle against time is one that can never be won. Resignation is the prelude to low self-esteem. Society is happy in public and scared in private. There is no such thing as low or high self-esteem when a person comes closer to being what they really are, to look at themselves with the eyes of their own heart essence, to grow and discover themselves, true meaning of life. For this, it is important to motivate our children and young people to feel what they have to do and not to do, to eat and not to eat, to say and not to say, following their innate spontaneity based on respect with the all and with oneself, according to the unique transcendental rule: do everything that you want, as long as it hurts nobody else in the universe, not even yourself. In the process, they will give priority to their native feelings that will reveal their universal transcendental identity. They will be themselves, unique and complementary to the evolution of humanity. They will be people who live free and protected from mental disorders simply by the fact of living from their own heart essence, just as I am writing these words, and all I do from the silence of the valley. An apple tree's low self-esteem comes from unsuccessfully trying to produce the cherries that society likes so much, because it doesn't know its identity as an apple tree. The mind is instantly liberated when it connects to its heart essence. This is what we teach at the International Beingist Center of the Valley of Ortunas, Spain. Transcendental love hug to you. We are Alain, Tello, Robledo, Beingist. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.